We all know Flapjack, the little blonde-haired boy on the Cartoon Network. He was always annoying Captain Knuckles and such. Well, there is an episode that animators left out, and it's very disturbing. Flapjack got cancelled a bit ago, and the animators wanted to end the series with a shocking episode. But they didn't. They made a bootleg of the final episode, but never released it because it was viewed by a small audience. I was in the audience, and I knew one of the animators, and he would let me into a special screening. That I saw was unimaginable. The cartoon started out normal, with the intro and such. The title card for the episode was Goodbye Flapjack. Just a simple white text with a black background. Instead of a silly song playing in the show title card, there was no sound, but a faint whisper. I couldn't make out the whisper, but I think it might have said Goodbye Flapjack. The beginning showed Flapjack skipping around the dock. Knuckles stops him and says something in Latin. I think it was something which means stop running around on the dock. Good thing I took Latin in high school. Flapjack started to laugh very creepily, then glared at Knuckles with a blank expression. When Bubby comes up swimming towards them, Bubby spoke in normal and said, "What's going on? Knuckles, are you telling Flapjack what to do?" Knuckles then started to laugh, and very manically. Flapjack looked very sad, and Bubby started to yell at Knuckles, "Stop laughing!" Then everyone in the cartoon stopped. It was silent. Flapjack stared at the screen with a blank stare, and then there was static for 10 seconds. The scene went on back to the dock. Flapjack moped towards the candy shop with a realistic-looking sad face. He walked into the candy shop and there was no one. It was dark. Flapjack sat down and started to cry. Then Peppermint Larry walked out of the back of the room. "What's wrong, Flapjack?" Flapjack glared at Pete with a very hyper-realistic face. It was very demented. He ran out of the candy shop and ran towards the dock. Knuckles was sitting on the dock. Flapjack came running past him. Flapjack then jumped to the sea. Bubba started to chase after him, screaming, "No, baby, no!" The screen then shows Flapjack sinking to the bottom. The whole town looked from the dock. Knuckles started to laugh. Bubby grabbed Flapjack's corpse from the sea and threw it onto the dock. Bubby then looked at Knuckles. "He's just a little kid, Knuckles. What is wrong with you?" Then one of the citizens said, "It's too late." The doctor looked at Flapjack. Then he said in a very low, realistic voice, "He's dead." All the citizens walked away. The episode ended with Bubby crying next to Flapjack. Knuckles left also. The screen fades out and it stays black for 1 minute. The screen then flashes Flapjack's dead, mangled body, gasping for air. Then it started to flash very creepy pictures of Flapjack. It said at the bottom of the screen, "Rest in peace, Flapjack." And that, my pretties, was the marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack Bootleg. A marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack Lost Episode Creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story. I do remember seeing, Seabass narrate this one, and I have to say that this story was literally cliched. That's one of the best I can describe it as, is that it was really cliched. I'm just going to be brutally honest with you guys. It just literally was, I don't even know what. But of course, with that being said, that's just it's just a really it's just really cliched. Like, there's hyperrealistic blood, gore, etc. Yeah, this story just the story was just not that good. I'm just going to be brutally honest. This story was just I don't understand, this story. It's just utterly cliched, and it just doesn't fit well with the story. I mean, I'll leave a link to this story if you guys want to read it, but I do remember seeing this story at one point on someone's channel at one point. So I definitely have to say this story was definitely not the greatest story I've seen. It's just literally terrible. I'm just going to be brutally honest. It's just a really terrible story. So, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can go take a look at the story if you haven't. But yeah, this story was just definitely one of them that I've never really liked. I didn't really care for the story. So anyways, um this is like your typical lost episode pasta. This is kind of the reasons why I don't do them very frequently, because because it's just new cliche crap. I mean, I know this has probably been out for a while, but still. Okay, I guess that's pretty much just all I have to say. But like I'm always going to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with it, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story a 0 out of 10. It's not that good. I mean, the grammar was not really the best either. I didn't really like the grammar too much. It was just hard to read. But other than that, the story was just not that good. I'm just being brutally honest. So anyways, with that being said and that being the case, like I'm always going to say, if you guys, like the story, that's fine. I respect your opinion. So anyways, I guess with that being said, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm Shadow the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoy this channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. As always, if you want to go follow me on Blue Sky, link to that will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Follow me on DeviantArt. Follow me on Twitter. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel known as Ms. Dark Shigo, as a link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. And as always, that's pretty much all I have to say. And as always, I'll be catching you guys all in the next video. And like always, roll the outro, because I'm out. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Ms. Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.